Hey everybody, it's Ellie here, and welcome to my first game review. I have chosen Battlefield 1, as you can see here. Now, I know I'm probably late to the party to be doing some kind of fancy little review, but this is not a fancy little review. My reviews with games that I'm going to be doing from now on, mostly console games, like these console game reviews, because I have them on console, is just going to be my thoughts, my experiences, how I felt, and just overall just my personal feelings and opinions on the game. So I played Battlefield 1. I'm just gonna restart that. I actually got Battlefield 1 for the PS4, and that was mainly to actually collaborate with Kane Productions. Their link will be down. Link to their channel will be posted down in the description below. But as you can see, I do have my own copy. Bought it brand new. Fucking GameStop wallet raping me yet again. But I just wanted to go ahead and give my personal intake on this game itself. And I played through the campaign, and I know what multiplayer looks like already thanks to Kane Productions live streams, or Josh's. Josh's live streams. Now, I've seen multiplayer and it's intense and it's really fun, but what I want to review is the campaign, because for me, story campaigns or single player modes are probably the greatest, or co-op story modes, like say Army of Two style, you know? I fucking love Army of Two. I'll be doing a review on that definitely. But mostly the thing about Battlefield 1 was the fact that it was incredible. I have zero complaints whatsoever on the game itself. DICE and EA DICE's developments gave, I believe they're called DICE developments, but DICE and EA, as well as Frostbite, did a great job on, they did a great job on the game. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering here and I'm, fucking up on while I'm talking, but, I just really wanted to give you guys my personal opinion, and my personal opinion is this: I got no complaints. The campaign was spectacular. The story arcs of each war story were amazing, emotional, and just overall badass. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to game stories or game campaign stories, and I'm moving my mouse just so my computer doesn't go in screensaver mode because that'd be weird. When it comes to game stories, story arcs and such, I sometimes can get emotional. I can cry, I can laugh, I can go, hell fucking yeah! And to be honest, I'm gonna look at Spec Ops: The Line for this. Spec Ops: The Line, let's face it, if you didn't cry during some of the scenes there, or if you weren't upset, or you didn't feel horrible, or you were just like, whatever, you probably have no human emotions, and you're basically a robot. Meet more bleep boop bop. I don't know. I mean, certain things, like Frederick Bishop's story, the Aussie, I kind of cried at the end. I actually kind of teared up at the end. Not cried, but teared up, because I was just like, no! Because, I mean, when you go through all that work, all that shit, all that bullshit, just to die to an airstrike? What the fuck? But, I mean, it wasn't that, that didn't piss me off at all, but it just made me kind of feel like I just wasted my time with it just because you die at the end. And I understand, yeah, not every story can be like, oh, hey, main character survives, what they fucking do? I get that. Trust me, I hate happy endings in games. I do. I actually prefer there to be at least one death, or someone getting committing suicide or something. Something simple that can really create an emotion. And that's what Battlefield 1 did for me. And to be honest with you, the only one complaint that I truly have, and it's something very minor, but I'm sure a lot of you probably were like, what the fuck, was the fact that the inverted flight controls were set as the default for flying a plane. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't play with inverted controls. And it took me forever to complete that part of the campaign just because of I, you know, could not do it. But thank God for the internet, right? Because you can find a lot of information, and I found a video and review on how to fix that and a bunch of other little tips. And if I can find that, I'll definitely put that down link below just in case you guys are curious, but I'm sure you guys already know about it. So, but that's probably my only real complaint towards the game, but that's something so minor compared to everything else, so I'm not even going to drag on about that. I'm not going to bitch and moan about that because that is nothing to do with the actual gameplay experience. The actual gameplay experience made me feel so good and just made me feel. And it's like at the very beginning when you first play as that one guy, when at the end where you see him and I believe it was a German soldier actually pointing their guns at each other, and yet they don't shoot each other, and it was just like that moment of relief. You couldn't help but just go, oh my god, that is amazing. Because those moments in wartime are extremely motherfucking rare, especially nowadays. But something like that is just like, you can't help but kind of laugh, you know, and just kind of go and enjoy it. Because that is something that's emotional. Now, BattleField, or well, EA, I want to go ahead and express my opinions on Battlefield 4 just real fast to compare between the two, because I just recently played Battlefield 4. I just want to go ahead and say something. What you did in Battlefield 4 was bullshit, but then you come out with this gym and all of a sudden, holy shite, your reputation probably went up, like, boom, went right back up. Because let's face it, what they did was they not only gave this epic, intense firefights in the sky and on the ground and on foot. It was just incredible, and it was a mixture of things, even on horseback. Horseback? Fuck yeah, dude! I fucking love horseback rides. Or, well, not horseback rides. I just love the idea of being able to get on a horse and just going over with, yeah, you know, and trampling over guys. That was awesome, because that makes me so giddy, and that's how I felt during Black Ops 2, was when, at that point, and, you know, rushing in at tanks on a horseback while explosions and such go through. That was fucking cool, but that's not about any other game but Battlefield 1, but I'm just explaining how I feel about horseback warfare. It's fucking badass. Now, one thing I do want to express is the fact that I got completely sidetracked just now, but I was going to talk about the fact that these characters not only had character models, like you could see them and actually see them when they talk and such, and they weren't just, you know, an invisible person with arms or legs. You know, there was actually character models with personality, with opinions, and criticism and all that, and it's just literally felt so amazing that they did this. And to be honest, I'm sure a lot of work went into it, and everybody at the studio was just really tired and just like, finally. Don't fucking slack off, EA. You guys have made a diamond. You guys have made a flawless diamond just worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. Billions of dollars. And to be honest with you, I'd say keep that up. If you come out with another Battlefield game, do what you did with Battlefield 1. Make it like that. Do every mechanic you did in that one. Don't make it the exact same game, but just make it mechanics. I'm talking about like mechanics with the whole personality of the characters and the emotional and the intense warfare. Those are the kind of war games I love to play. That's how I felt towards this game, was this fact, finally, something perfect and, you know, for everything that I've ever wanted in a war game finally came true. Like, holy fucking shit. Oh, there goes my computer. I'm going sleep mode. No, don't do that, computer. Back computer. But, dude, this game has rocked my world, and I was shocked by it. And I was amazed by it. And overall, I just could not believe I have not played Battlefield series before. This is the first Battlefield game I ever played, and as pathetic as that is to say, I just never really understood it. I never got into it, even though I probably should have when they started coming out. But honestly, I'm kind of glad I didn't play Battlefield until Battlefield 1 came out, because now my expectations are kind of high. And I know that's sort of a bad thing, but let's face it, aren't your expectations high from the next Battlefield after playing this? And after EA and DICE and Frostbite all, like, delivered on everything they fucking promised on? the game in the trailer, they delivered it. They did. And if you ask me, there are probably a lot of complaints about it. But overall, dude, you got to admit, they fucking worked hard on this game, and they brought it to life with personalities and stories. And the best part, a lot of these war stories and names and dates are actually true. So that's really cool that they actually added that in. These people took their time to do the research. And to be honest with you, I think that Battlefield 1, honestly, I don't think anyone's ever going to forget about this game. And I'm pretty sure people are going to keep this as a collector's item as well and just say, hey, yeah, check out Battlefield 1, let's play it together. Or they're going to play it with their kids or something. Like me, whenever I have kids, I'm going to introduce them to Battlefield 1 because it literally just... It was like, for me, it was like Spec Ops The Line, but in first person. That's sort of what it felt like. I don't know if you guys tried Spec Ops The Line, but if you haven't, fucking do it. Because that game is fucking awesome. And honestly, this came out at just the right time. This came out, like, just literally right as Infinite Warfare come out. And I don't know if you guys actually seen the trailer. I'm sure pretty much everybody has. Fucking hell. Battlefield 1 likes are like, whee! Call of Duty's Infinite Warfare just goes. So, but honestly, I'm not really sure how to feel about COD, considering they're just going more and more into the future. The future is now! No. Battlefield 1 made a success because not only did they not use the same mechanics as their other games, from what I can tell, they didn't. Because, as again, I played Battlefield 4. The mechanics in that game were not like this. This introduced a whole new generation of mechanics. And COD is just doing the same old mechanics and just retextured maps. Now, for me, I think that they could have done better with their stuff, and they really should try harder and actually listen to their audience rather than, you know, I'm talking about Activision and Treyarch here. I think Treyarch actually does listen to us, because let's face it, Black Ops 1 and 2 were really good. I mean, in my personal opinion, they were. I fucking loved them. I played both, and Black Ops 2 was probably the most immersive one of the CODs. That's my personal intake. But when Activision started going more and more into the future, it's just like, I don't know who actually made COD Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare, but I can already tell you it felt like the same mechanics as Ghosts. And Ghosts was actually good. There was a lot of good stuff into it. But again, Battlefield 1, that's what I'm reviewing. I'm just comparing here. I'm comparing, and I'm explaining how I felt towards the game and how much I believe that this game should be, that they should just, I mean, let's face it, EA and DICE should keep going with this style, because this style is awesome. And I know DICE made Mirror's Edge, and I have yet to play Mirror's Edge. I really do, though, because it looks like a fucking fun-ass game, and I especially want to play it in VR, definitely. So believe me, I'm going to be doing a series on that ASAP. But for now, I just want, since I couldn't play it on PC, and I couldn't share you guys with how I felt about the game, and I did a lot of commentary, even though I wasn't recording, and I always do that. That's the main reason I'm doing video game commentary, because I do it naturally anyway. I make comments and all that when I play games, so, like, when I'm not on camera. Believe it or not, I do. I talk to myself a lot. A fucking lot. And honestly, I guess that's what makes me sort of a natural in a way. When you talk to yourself a lot anyway, it's just like, well, I'm just doing the same thing, except there's a camera on. And this is going on YouTube, so it's just like, whatever. But, Battlefield 1, and I gotta say, my favorite of the war stories, honestly, and this is my personal opinion, was probably the fucking, the plane. The plane one, which was, Clyde Blackburn. Yeah, he was actually a really funny guy, and to be honest, I'm not sure how to feel about his story that was told and such. I don't know if it's what he said was true, or if whatever people say about it's true. You know, just basically when at the end, he basically says, don't believe all the other stories people tell you, because you heard it from me, and I wouldn't lie to you about that. I wouldn't lie about that to you, would I? And to be honest, that just made me wonder. It made me curious as to what, if he was lying or not. But he was just so awesome. I mean, literally, you crash onto a Zeppelin and you're fucking running around on top of a motherfucking Zeppelin. Holy shit! Oh my god, that was amazing. And to be honest, Battlefield 1 has really captured a lot of expectations and a lot of people's good graces. And I think they should keep going with style, with the mechanic styles of Battlefield 1 into their next games, because in their next Battlefield series. Because let's face it, out of all the Battlefields that probably came out, Battlefield 1 was definitely the best. And I haven't played, Battlefield Hardline or Battlefield, Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 2. I never played any of those, but I honestly can say that I was really excited and I really felt good playing this game, and I never wanted it to stop. I never wanted the campaign to end. And then when I was finally finished, I was just like, But it was just really good, and the fact that they made it into World War I was just the most epic thing. Because let's face it, no one does these war games like COD and Battlefield. They don't do these World War I stuff anymore. Give me a second, I need a drink. They don't do this kind of they don't do the old style wars anymore, really, and that's kind of sad because I actually like historical events. Like World War I and World War II and Vietnam. And that's actually why I like Shell Shock, except when the game constantly crashed because, it's kind of an old mechanics and such, so my Xbox couldn't handle it or something, or the game couldn't handle it. But Shell Shock was really good just because it was actually based in the Vietnam War. And I love that because I love going through that kind of history. It was amazing to go through that. And Battlefield 1 captured it perfectly. I wanted to be a gunsmith, so I was studying guns for a while, and if you actually look online and such, all of the guns that they have on there are actually real guns that were back then. I mean, probably different names, because the gun companies, probably, copyright shit. But if you actually look at the guns, they're not man-made. They're not made up or drawn with art like Activision does, but they were actually real guns that back then, and that was probably the best part. And I fucking love the fact that as a melee weapon you have a fucking shovel. Hell yes. Thank you for that. So, all in all, Battlefield 1 has really captured my heart, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing more of the series before this one, because I've already completed Battlefield 4, and I'm looking forward to playing all the other ones, because, I don't know, I'm just really excited for that. And so yeah, guys, this has been my Battlefield 1 review with Ellie, with Ellie Psycho with me. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And hey, if you're new around here or you've been watching my stuff for a while and you're starting to like what you see, hit that subscribe button, And as always, guys, I will see y'all next time.